So, and then they
That's
put you
when Will
back
Smith
on Earth.
and Tommy Lee Jones approach you.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at this place.
So,
right
and
here.
they say that
Will
also.
Smith just slaps the shit out of you. You can't remember anything when you wake up.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to an episode of Lyrical Laughter Podcast. My name is Caleb.
And I'm Andrew. I always think you're going to say my name for me.
I want you to participate. And this is Nicole.
Hiya.
Nicole is my girlfriend, everybody. Welcome, everyone,
Everyone.
for Nicole.
ASL is cool, actually.
That's what it's
ASL
called.
is pretty cool.
Audio sign language.
No, that's American Sign Language.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I thought it was like odd. Oh.
Audio, they're deaf. They
No,
can't hear
it's
audio.
American.
So,
Weird.
John took a ASL class in college, and it was cool because one of the things was you say I grew up playing, and then you like say whatever it was, and like like football or like whatever, but like this is guitar. This. So you'd be like yeah, he just look a little goofy, but that's cool, man. I like that.
Speaking of, did you hear, see the new Galaxy is, which one are they on? 24, 23 will be the new one?
24 will be the newest. Did they announce it?
Well, I don't know if they've announced it. Well, they have, they're showing them.
The new Samsung AI thing?
Yeah, real time translation from language to language. So someone could be speaking Mandarin and then like using their phone, and it will immediately in real time translate it to English, so people can have conversations.
But they just did that with the phones, but they had a device that you could buy too, that you just press a button and it goes back and forth.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't know what that was all about.
Saw that.
I've seen it.
Saw it.
I seen it. Was seeing it with my own eyes.
Oh, a real problem.
We
I
were
seen
in
you
the
rip the
Dollar
man's
General. We were in the Dollar
Fuck
General
my
the other
joke.
day, and no, because this goes with that. Well, you seen it, but this woman, what'd she say?
I don't know.
I can't remember. She said something, and it was just dumb. This kid came in asking for salt if they had any. She's like, "No, we."
Table salt or like melt
No,
away?
like to melt the ice.
Yeah, she said something that was just really illiterate, and I was like, "Did she really just say that?"
We both looked at
This is
each
something
other.
we would say, obviously, like I spilt it.
Yeah,
She's like, I
She said
no,
it,
we
meant
said.
it.
She said something like, "No, we sold it out." Or
Oh, she
something.
said it's all sold it out.
Dude.
It's all sold it out.
Sold it out or sold it?
It's like, oh, it's sold out. Because she's like, hey, did you guys sell out of the salt? And she's like, no, it's all sold it out.
Oh no, I think she said "selt out." No, we
Sold
sold out.
It's sold it out.
It's all salt out.
I was like, did you real life just
It's really
say
close
that?
to salt.
Is she?
We salted
All
it
salt
out.
No, dude.
It's
it
all
was dumb.
salted out.
It was so dumb. We both looked at
Jeez.
each other and we were like, "Are you serious right now?"
But that'd be cool. I think
It's
I wanted to
bad.
learn a new language. I've been in school. We did Rosetta Stone, and I was thinking about. I downloaded it again. And I was like, I wanted to learn a new language, but I feel like
You said Rosetta. Rosetta Stoned.
Rosetta.
There's also a better app for that.
Babbel.
Duolingo.
No, yeah, I like that one.
Whatever.
That one helped me with German.
You
That's
can
what Isaac uses.
for Duolingo.
He uses Duolingo.
Yeah.
I don't know what the difference is.
There's also an
between them.
ASL one now.
Audio sign language. Yeah. Audio.
Audio.
It's for the Aussies because they don't know how to fucking talk or read.
Yeah, dude.
Nicole was
for-
just playing a song in the car, and it was like Limp Bizkit, but Australian. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming up on the mic now." And it was like, "Burn, dun, dun, dun." I was
Wait.
like, "What?
It's a cover.
What was
I
it?"
don't know.
I was making fun of it. It's like, everybody in the crowd right now.
Everybody in the crowd wreck
like-
stuff.
POD except Australian.
Completely destroy it.
Destroy it.
That was super Scottish. Oh, hey, Alexa, play What's Cooking in My Kitchen by Dana.
By Donna. Alexis,
Alexis.
Have you ever seen the videos of like old people trying to?
Yeah.
Allison. Allison. Alan. Fucking all season. Hold on to your knickers, stalling.
Is that from Medea?
No,
What?
Apex. Horizon.
Oh, sorry.
She's like, hold on to your knickers, darling.
Dude.
Like your underwear.
Yeah. Underpants.
You might have to bleep that
It's
out.
from a
even
Tyler
though-
Perry movie. It's pretty funny.
And Tyler Perry.
I
Did you
love
watch
Tyler
Cat
Perry.
Williams calling everyone out?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I watched the whole thing,
didn't
and it was
saw
like
it.
3 hours long.
I didn't saw
I
it.
didn't saw
I
it.
thawed it.
I seen it.
You saw
Say
it.
I haven't seen it, but if you did, you say I did see it.
And he called himself a grammar Nazi yesterday.
I am. That's why I was. Yeah.
But you fucked up that. You're like, yeah, I seen it. You'd say saw.
I saw it.
Or if you currently do,
I
it's,
have
see
seen it. I've seen it.
I have seen it.
That's what I said. I've seen it.
You just forgot the have part. You don't put
I
have in front of it,
apostrophe
saw.
VE. I've seen it. I have seen it.
Yeah, but you didn't say. You said I.
I seen it.
We'll roll it back. It's on camera. It's all good.
Roll it back. It's on tape. It's
on tape.
Videotape.
America's grammar Nazis being corrected.
On tape.
No, never. Not I. Not the gumdrop button. No. Do you know the Muffin Man?
It's funny. I
Muffin Man?
gotta memorize that
The
time.
Muffin Man. The one who lives on Cherry Lane? The Muffin.
Run.
All right,
I was about to roll into something. I forgot what was on my mind. Hey, what's on your mind? Tell the good people who you are. How's life? What are you known for?
Nothing.
Great podcast guest. Thanks, everybody. Put her on the fucking street.
That's where they picked me up from.
I was shoveling garbage.
Yeah, I looked cold and I felt bad. All I had was cat food, and I was like, "You want some?" Sorry.
And I got in.
Wow.
All-
Wow. Was it Friskies?
No, it was fancies.
Fancy feast.
This is
Fancy
wet food.
feast.
Ugh.
Yeah.
When
So-
I had to go feed the cats of a friend,
We talked about that in the last episode.
yeah, dude, I'm not used to wet food for animals. Everyone I know is like, yeah, I do like the 50-50. I do half slop garbage with
And
their dry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, dude.
Just all dry.
Every dog animal I've ever had, they eat wet food and they just fucking
Shit.
die. They just
Yeah.
or shit everywhere.
I feel like that hard food is. I feel like dog food and cat food is fucked up. It probably is. And then people will spend. They'll get the expensive brand thinking they're getting healthy food, but they're not. The dogs end up getting fucking Cushing's or something. Like my dog.
That's kind of what we do.
Usually, you should just feed your
We
dog
order.
like meat. If you have a dog, just feed them meat. A lot of people do that too. My friend Shane, growing up, his mom had a wiener dog, and she'd go to McDonald's every morning and buy 2 McDoubles or just cheeseburgers, and then she would cut it up into pieces and put it and feed it to the dog.
No.
Oh, dude, she was feeding her dog McDonald's. I was like, you forgot his fucking large Coke.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that's fucked
I
up.
buy Life's Abundance.
What's
like
that?
an $80 bag of food.
I don't have it.
And
I want a
lasts
dog.
it lasts like 90 days. It's
For-
like less than $1 a day to feed my
Your
dog.
dog is so small though. Well, I bet she
Yeah.
wants to eat 24/7.
Yeah, she's always snacking on it, but we watch it. That's why she's fit, and it's a good brand. Their ingredients are like less than 5. You've heard people talk about like on the nutrition facts, like, oh, if it has more than 5 ingredients, don't put it in your body.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like if you can like look at like a
Ingredients?
look at organically made like potato chips.
Yeah.
It just says potatoes and salt. That's how you make it, and some oil.
Yeah.
3 ingredients. But if it says it's got this and it's got that on this word you can't pronounce, it's like don't put that in your body. But
Yeah.
thank you for sponsoring this portion of the fucking podcast.
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know if this is like true, but I mean it has a lot of vitamins in it, so I'm not saying it's like good for you. But
No.
besides the sugar, like even the zero sugar, like
Oh, the white ones are the best.
aspartame is like the fake sweetener.
Mhm.
I heard that's pretty not good for you, but
Yeah,
Andrew Huberman, I don't know if
cancer
you...
causing.
Yeah, he was talking about this one guy is like anything that can help you lose weight, like not saying it's great for you, but if it helps you, like by all means is better than like this guy was drinking Coke every single day, like a lot of them. And just by switching to Diet Coke, he lost 30 pounds. He was a big boy. But it was all just
to regular Coke?
Switching to diet.
Oh, like
just because all the sugar cutting out.
The actual Diet Coke, the silver can, or the Coke Zero, the black can?
Yeah, the Diet Coke.
Oh.
But even though aspartame, like long term, like that's not ideal, but it's better than drinking just regular. At least. But I also haven't gotten into even like those Celsius energy drinks. They have all natural this and that, and it doesn't have aspartame in it. Is that how you say it? Aspartame. But
yeah.
So I wonder how. But after I drink one of those, it has a shit ton of caffeine. But I like
named our first band after that word.
Really?
Yeah.
Your first band?
Yeah.
Ours. Desultory?
No, me like a Chronicle. Before it was called a Chronicle, we ended up renaming
aspartame.
The band. Yeah. No, straight up. The word
aspartame
is part of me. We made up a word because the word looked cool and we just pronounced it differently. We spelled it with a Y, but it was spelled the same.
Did you put a meaning? It's part of me?
Yeah, no, it was just they didn't have a meaning. It was just like haha. Because the whole band was known except for Isaac, like Brock.
Drinking diet.
We would always drink Coke Zeros.
Oh yeah.
Black can ones. They actually taste pretty close to the red ones.
Yeah, they
don't
do.
Taste diet.
I like Zeros.
They do, but they're like that in between. Where people are like ew, and the regular Coke and the Coke Zero. We're like, all right.
They're pretty good.
Well, John would buy them by like the 40 pack.
Yeah.
We would just chug them, dude. And one day,
does it have aspartame in it?
A lot.
Because I thought those.
So, dude, we had practice one day, dude, and we told John because we were doing it at Isaac's for a change instead of at John's mom's house, and we were like, "Yo, bring us a Coke Zero from your fridge," and he's like, "Whatever." And when he was walking in, he must have had a bag that you could see through because Isaac's dad saw him and was like, "Is that Diet Coke?" He's like, "Yeah," and he goes, "That's got aspartame in it," and stopped John for about 10 minutes and talked his ear off about how aspartame causes cancer and you guys shouldn't drink that shit.
Paul did?
Yeah. And it like threw John off so bad that like John, I remember, like went on a rant about how like he just kept saying the word aspartame. He's like, "It's not even that bad because you see aspartame," and he said it so much, and I like looked up the can while he was talking about it, and I saw the word, and I'm like, "Yo, that shit looks cool, like aspartame, dude, like because it's a part of me, right? Like it rhymed, and we were like, oh, it's like let's name the band
That's
that."
funny.
And then
now that was an album.
We moved it to the EP name because it didn't sound like a cool band name.
Huh.
Ish. And then we found out that Jack Black actually made up that word first and used it in the one time.
You made it up?
Right. He was in an iCarly episode where he dueled Spencer with like plastic or like foam.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
And his name was I'm a Spotamy. And I was like, fuck.
There's no way. How was that word already made up?
Somebody made it up and then.
Do you think it was subconsciously in your brain?
Maybe.
You're like, yeah, dude, I watched so much iCarly, I forgot.
I did, but I would have remembered if I saw Jack Black on it. I must have stopped watching.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't like Jack Black?
Love Jack Black.
That's
not my point.
Why would you stop watching?
Not the episode, just the series, and I didn't see that he was ever on it.
Oh, there you're saying because he was on there, I just stopped watching. Fuck that. No. Kind of like how I stopped watching Sunny in Philadelphia when Danny DeVito. Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato's new hit single. I thought it wasn't. What's that scene where he was like in the back of the car and he's like dipping his food in sauce? He puts a gun in his mouth. He's like, oh, you know.
I think I've seen that.
Accidentally, I almost put my gun in my mouth.
Jeez.
But yeah, I like him. I was just funny. It was kind of like, you ever try a food that you just swore by, like was disgusting, but you try it and you're like, it's actually pretty good. Like when I was younger, I hated baked beans and now I'm like way older. I was like, why don't I ever actually like it? Because I was thinking about what it's made out of. I was like, I like everything that it's made out of.
I'm a big sides fan. Like I like sides more than main dishes.
But I ate baked beans and I was like, I love this. And it was like my favorite.
Homemade ones that are real sweet with
Yeah.
the bacon bits in them.
Yeah, I'm like, why don't I ever like it? I think it was like a texture thing, or it was like super weird because I was eating beans and then it was sweet and it like scared me as a kid. I was like, whoa, why is this in my mouth? Like licking a battery.
I've never licked a battery.
Really?
Don't have the
They
gumption.
taste good.
You ever do whippets out of
You
a
ever
whipped
licked a
cream
Nintendo
can?
Switch cartridge?
Instead of a what?
Have you ever licked a Nintendo Switch cartridge?
Oh yeah.
Caleb,
No.
have you done it? Want to do it on the podcast?
Why do I want to lick a Switch cartridge?
Because what they did was the idea behind it is they're so small to get dogs, animals, children to not swallow and choke on it. They put a coating on it that make it taste like fucking dick.
No, I don't want to do that.
Tastes so bad.
Well, I just want you to see. Do you believe us?
Yeah, but why would you?
I just saw it on a TikTok and I'm like, I have to. TikTok
Oh,
Nation,
you
right?
did it.
Fucking,
TikTok
I'm part
made
of the
me do
world.
it.
TikTok made me do it, and I didn't believe it, so I licked it and I was like, oh my god! I mean, your monster. Hand me one real quick. Actually, can you any game? How about the newest one? Let's get him a
Nicole,
fresh
did you
one.
actually do it?
Yeah, Super Mario Wonder. We're gonna try it. Here you go.
Your new one?
Lick the black part of it.
Lick the black part of it.
It's in my Switch. I'm gonna need a different case. I've been playing Super Mario Wonder. What we got here? You're gonna
Lick my
this
game.
is brand new Metroid Prime Remastered. Got it for Christmas.
Ooh.
Thanks, Aunt Cindy. Put a pretty good amount of your flat surface of your tongue on that black part.
Why? On
And
the
then
black
just
part?
on the black part. Just
Yeah.
lick it.
Like this part?
Yep, just lick it pretty good, and then dry it off, and then hand it back so I can put it away.
Try
It just tastes like a dirty shelf. I didn't believe it. I was
I
like,
don't want, why do I believe
Just
you? Why do I have to
because.
do
I
it?
It's
want
just-
you because
yeah.
we've all done it. I want you to try it. It'll kick in. Kind of like a acidic.
Yeah, it tastes like fake wood.
You done?
I want to make sure it was good. Kind of like it.
Of
Yeah,
course
it's
you
like a
would.
weird chemical taste.
What is your favorite single player video game of all time?
Oh shit.
And why?
I shouldn't have put this in halfway through.
Tell us why.
I don't know. There's so many that I like.
Same.
I
That's
Gary.
hard.
But some of them aren't like all single players use. Some of them you can play like online with friends and stuff.
Single player.
Co-op can count.
A series that I liked playing, but I did not like playing with other people. That I didn't like playing with friends. I liked playing solo. Was Borderlands.
Yeah, that I thought that was always originally a single player.
No, I think the last one you could.
Yeah, but from the
people could-
first to second,
Oh well, yeah.
it was originally single
What's
player,
meant
and
to
they
be
added
single player, but you can have co-op.
Yeah.
like campaign.
But they're so good. Oh, but I also have a love relationship for Dead Space.
Yeah,
And
that's only single player, right?
Yes,
go.
except for one of them, and I can't remember which one
Are you,
has the
dude?
co-op one. But when someone joins you and you're hosting, you actually don't get to see what they get to see. So I thought that was really cool because on one
Yeah.
of the missions you have, I can't remember, but the guy loses his wife and his kid. And you're going through and they're basically haunting you, and she's like yelling at you, or then she'll become lovey-dovey or something. You're following the mission. I can't exactly remember. It's been so long. But you'll see these nutcrackers, but your other teammate won't, like the person who's hosting or whatever, and all this scary shit will happen to you. But
Got
the other
some
player,
dominatrixes.
no.
I've never played those.
But
games,
he'll
actually.
never, your other player will never see what you see. And it's really cool.
She's like, no,
Sorry. It's a good game.
get it?
Well,
Yeah.
what about you? What's your favorite single player game? And then your favorite co-op.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Don't.
What?
You've
Don't.
never heard of that until you watch the newest Dickie Dines episode.
No, he
No.
wanted me to play it. He begs me to play it.
Oh,
It's not my favorite, but no, I watched it years ago when Markiplier played it. That's why it's funny that Austin actually played it.
oh yeah.
Because it's funny that whole
Just
thing
glad
was
Jared
funny.
at
The
least knew what it
bodybuilder
was,
of
yeah.
Yuri, if you know who
Yeah,
Yuri
I
is.
don't.
But
But
it was cool. My single player was probably like
only single player. Like it only. That's why I was gonna have her maybe re-answer because a game that could only be played single player, and then a game that can be but mostly played because of co-op.
there's a game called Black. I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
You
for
remember
PS2 and Xbox.
That was really cool. That was only single player. I can't recall. All I play now is just multiplayer. But that
Right.
was the first one that come to mind. Other
Not
than
multiplayer, nothing competitive. Like, what was like the best game where you would like either do co-op or it could be online, but it's a mission, like co-op stuff. I mean, the best co-op of our day was probably, if it wasn't Halo, it was Left 4 Dead for sure.
Yeah, that was fun.
You like that?
Um.
That would probably be mine. 2009, 2010.
I liked those Jack games.
Oh yeah,
Jack was really cool. Jack and Dexter. And
Ratchet and Clank.
Tack, the power of Juju. Those are cool. Ratchet and Clank was the fucking shit.
Spyro. I'm Spyro over Crash Bandicoot.
I like Crash
I don't
better.
feel bad for that either.
Yeah, I like Crash.
Spyro's way cooler.
Spyro is cool.
Crash is pretty tight, but I didn't like the 2D type stuff where they would have like the camera
Platformer.
coming.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Not like side scroll
The camera
platformer
was
where it was like the
fixed.
camera was fixed, and
That
it took me
could
a while
be-
to get used to. Like with the first couple God of Wars, like fixed camera angles, they're like fucking weird.
That
Oh,
were like
yeah.
Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4 is still my favorite.
Oh, where they call it like
Well, before Resident Evil 4, yeah.
I'm talking about like fixed camera angles, meaning they're fixed like.
If you're running forward,
they're fixed in a position that they picked.
Yeah.
It can, depending on where you're at, move.
Yeah.
The Resident Evil ones you're talking about
Those
it's
are
literally
fixed.
super fixed. Like they called it almost like a CCTV style, where it was just like a camera in a corner of a room, and no matter where you went, you like.
That was weird.
That's truly fixed.
I was
God of
talking about
War
single
is,
player
like-
games. That was my absolute favorite. It was Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah,
And then they're just they remastered that, right?
you made it.
Oh, they remade it?
Yes,
That Resistance was really fun.
it's a small pet peeve of
Ooh,
mine.
The
if
Evil
you guys haven't
Within.
caught on yet.
Evil Within was cool.
Yeah.
What?
That's a pet peeve of mine.
What?
And it's just the last couple of years has just been full of remasters and remakes,
Remad,
and people
yeah.
who can't like
Remad.
people who misuse the words and don't understand the differences.
Remastered, remixed, and remade.
They're so angry about it being like resurfaced that everybody just uses the word remaster and they forget that remake is totally different.
Yeah.
You
They're
know?
remaking or remastering Silent Hill 2.
Remasters a revisit. Remake is 0 to 100. Just think of it that way.
I don't know if they're... Well, then they probably are remaking Resident Evil 2. Or Silent Hill 2.
Oh, yeah, no, they are. They confirmed it 2 years ago.
It's a
and
remake.
Yes, and it's supposed to
If
be
you remastered
coming
it,
soon.
It'd make sense to remake that because it's such an old
You
technology.
can remaster it, but it would still
Yeah.
be from the same engine. Literally the same game. You're
Right.
just upping the frame rate, resolution, maybe some
But
textures.
if you remake it, you can just put it on your... It's probably way
Yeah.
better to...
But remaking it in a new engine, a new, lighting effects, like the whole shebang. That's why I like those games.
Yeah.
Like when a game gets remastered, like The Last of Us Part 2 is getting
Mhm.
remastered, didn't need it, but because it is, only $50. But when they remake a game, it's $70.
Why are they
And,
remastering that?
Because the same thing that happened on the first Last of Us when it came out in 2013 on PS3, it just within a couple months missed the PS4 launch window. So they remastered that game. So now they're doing it again, but 3.5 years later.
Just for the sole purpose of people playing it on their new...
Yeah, the HBO series was excellent. If you guys didn't watch it, it was really
No.
fucking
Not.
good.
I know I should. I
Super
probably
good.
should.
I mean, it won some awards. It won 8 awards.
Yeah. Did you see?
insane.
You know how everyone's like him, Pedro Pascal, and Keanu Reeves. There's the celebrities that are just like praised for how nice they are and courteous, and they're they seem like a really good person. Like
You find
Johnny.
that they shouldn't be held to that.
No, not just that. It's not that. It's just like him. Like Keanu Reeves is notorious for like helping strangers and like just being a well-rounded person.
Yeah, he picked up bass again after all these years. He said since like college, and he's in a band now and like touring and shit.
Same with like Johnny Depp. So there's this like stigma that's attached to them as good guys because Hollywood can corrupt people and people are assholes and whatever.
Yeah.
So Pedro Pascal, there's a video of him like touching William Dafoe's wife, like on the chin, like being kind of weird about it, and he was like, "Don't." Like William Dafoe was, grabbed his arm and he's like, "Get out of here!" And then his wife came back and like wrapped her arms around his neck, and he was like grabbing her by the waist, and everyone was like, "No, Pedro," because he's such known for being such a good guy, like a respectful guy. Like Keanu Reeves will, women will like come take a picture with him, and he always like floats his hand around their waist and doesn't like touch him.
Man,
So it's like Pedro getting caught being like a dog.
Kinda,
and people are like, dude, people are so distraught about that.
To be honest with you, I haven't really heard much of him before he did The Last of Us, so I feel like maybe he's just getting a little too hyped up.
Maybe
he
it
definitely too big for his britches.
definitely was probably his break. But he was also Django Fett, right?
I don't know. I've heard people love when he got casted. Everybody's like, dude, I love Pedro. I'm like, I've never seen this dude at all, but he looked all right.
He was in the Star Wars series as Bobo or Django. I forget which one. Right?
I don't know actors or actresses. I don't know why. It's just I'm one of those people when someone.
He's the guy that got in all of those little YouTube shorts that keep popping up, where it's Nicolas Cage looking over in the car.
Yeah,
and he's going, and it's singing the song. And it's like,
what was that movie? That movie looked so funny.
You know that one where it's like, this is me playing a song for my friends, and Nicolas Cage is like,
oh, maybe.
And then Pedro's like driving and he's smiling. That's the bit was all over the internet like the last 6 months.
Or them. What was that movie when they're like climbing over the wall? And he's like, I can't make it. You're just gonna have to leave without me. And he like jumps off the wall and then he like walks around. And he's like, oh, we could have walked around. They like struggled. It was like the super like, come with me, brother. Like trying to climb the wall. And then Nicholas gets on the other side. He's like, no. And he's like, oh hi, because he walked around. There's a movie that movie.
It's like the one about Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
it's like the something about my life.
Oh, was it?
He was himself, and he was like stuck hanging out with like his biggest fan or something like that.
Oh, is that
took
what
him back
that
to
was?
his house. He's like, "This is your place," and it was like every movie prop that Nicholas has been in, and he even had like an actual wax figure of him. And he's like, "That is disturbing." He's like, "That's my favorite piece."
Speaking of, don't you have something to talk about?
What?
You have something to talk about that you're dying to tell me.
Yeah, you said you had something to bring to the table. I just see an iPad.
I see an empty iPad.
I just brought the empty iPad. It's just for show. No, it's just because I heard this. So I was watching this video.
Wrong.
The other day.
That can't happen.
You can't watch videos.
Go ahead.
It's 2024.
I can watch videos. In my head, it's like 21:54. But...
What?
The time?
The year?
Yeah.
You're retarded.
I was like, we using military time? Like, nah, it's actually like by only 8:30.
It's 8:90 o'clock.
In my head, it's 21:54. Good guess.
Go gosh.
So, what's Bitcoin's at? What's Bitcoin's at?
I don't know.
What's the
What
price
year?
of Bitcoin
We
in
could all be dead. What are you
2154?
thinking about? 21:55.
We all could be.
We will be.
We definitely
No,
will be.
not necessarily. We could be because they're going to work on,
And this is where it comes from.
They can work on the aging
They could.
dilemma by then.
You could just all be vampires.
They won't.
Just to extend
That'll
your
never
life.
happen.
I think
You know
it
why?
will happen. What?
I know it won't happen.
Why? Not that you can be immortal, but it'll slow down your bad cells.
So long, like 60. What's average health? Like lifespan 66.
Yeah, well, you could
70.
say like we know how to regeneratively make you more efficient, your body more efficient.
More
so
efficient,
you will
but
live
still
to
die around like
120.
80 to 90.
Yeah, but you won't feel like
Or do
a
you think the new
90-year-old.
80 is 120? Is what you're saying?
Well, no, you will still get old in age, but you're gonna be healthy enough to where you're not an 80-year-old bedridden. You're an active 80-year-old that feels healthy.
I just don't think that'll happen because of insurance companies.
Oh yeah,
It runs the world.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna
insurance
be
companies wouldn't benefit from people not dying.
that. Yeah, that's true.
Big pharma.
Well, that
That's what
would be
I'm
more
saying.
not just insurance companies.
If everyone was healthy, nobody would be around to take all these damn meds.
Oh, that's probably the main problem. Is the
And
medication?
then-
That's why I've
and then
been.
if people were living until 120, Hannah would be out of a job.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's why I'm just saying I don't think that shit will ever happen.
No.
Because the world revolves around dying people.
I think it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be altered. I think we're gonna. Something's gonna happen.
Do all the shit they put in our food.
Yeah, and I think people are gonna rise against though. I think it's actually because right now it's surfacing a lot more where people are like, fuck the pills that doctors are prescribing you to take just for no reason. That's not actually beneficial, and a lot of doctors get a bonus for prescribing you. Say an insurance company is like basically sponsoring this doctor to prescribe their medication, then they get a bonus. Just any time they refer a certain medicine. That may not be unnecessary. That's why we'll try it on 6 months, or try it out for 6 months, and then you'll come back, and if that's not right for you, we'll try you a different one. Mainly with like SSRIs and antidepressants and stuff. I don't think any of that. Anyone that takes it tells you that it doesn't make them happy or help them. It just makes you literally neutral, so you're not a zombie.
Fucking nobody.
I've taken it.
Sorry, tangent.
I've taken it too.
So what's this?
Want to hit?
So what's this that you want to talk about, eh? You're just dying. Yo, pass.
Yo, bro. Sweet. 2154.
What is this?
Hold it.
This shit's deaf.
You can't hear it?
Oh, deaf.
You can't hear anything? Oh, you thought you was going to die.
Wu-Tang! Just. Have you ever done that? Have you ever Wu-Tanged it?
Nope. I remember we used to put our cigarettes backwards in our mouth. Pull smoke out of the filter.
Yeah.
We were so cool, dude.
I wish he smoked again.
Shut the fuck up. What were you saying?
I don't know.
The year 2154.
Nicole, you can't literally just be like, you can't be like, I want to talk to you about this so bad. And you did all this research. She wrote down a Word document, and she's like, I don't know.
I just tried, and then he said something, and then you started a whole other conversation.
No, because something else got brought up, and I was like, replay this.
Replay this.
I was in the middle of a thought, and I was demanding I finish this thought.
I know.
Because
that's why
you cut me off earlier when I was trying to make a joke.
He owed you one, I guess.
Yeah, I had to fucking put it in full gear.
You have something typed up?
I have a bunch of stuff, but so I was watching a video, and I get really big in conspiracy theories, and this is why I don't have these conversations with other people, and this is why I don't like to think about them, because then I go down these rabbit holes. So I got stuck on Reddit, of course.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's so dangerous. I went down a rabbit hole. I went down a rabbit hole for I want to say 6 hours, just scrolling, just reading and watching videos, and just literally just mind blown by all the shit. So it's called the prison planet theory.
Prison.
Oh. Prison planet theory.
Pink Floyd been trying to tell us this for years.
So, but it's just crazy to think about. But there's also...
What is the prison planet theory? Can you explain that, please?
The prison planet theory is just so basically, it's just a theory that explains the possibilities that human souls are trapped in Earth's reincarnation cycle. So basically, it'd be like, how do you...
Is this what you were saying about aliens? It has something to do with aliens because they're just feeding on human souls?
Because you know what I keep saying? That it's all just a game, like a simulation. So basically, they're farming us.
Yeah, I already know what this is.
So they're farming our souls. So it's just and then because some people are like, so how do you explain the fact that population keeps rising? But what you don't understand is that there are so many universes and so many different just shit out there that you have no idea. So those souls can come from there too, and they can pull them and then put them here. But it's like a farming prison type thing. So I also read about a theory that since they also call them reptilians. So in the prison planet theory, they're like reptilians or mantis.
So Mark Zuckerberg, the elites are reptilians.
Yeah. So they think that they're reptilians, which mean you could be these entities that are pretending to be or disguising themselves as reptilians or whatever. But either way, aliens, a bigger entity, but they think that the prison planet is you're just trapped and they're just harvesting the souls, farming them
As in,
after
that's
you
what
die.
death is?
Yeah.
because that's
So
where that
that's
energy
why they
goes.
say the white light or the tunnel that people go into, you get to go into that, and then some of those that have NDEs, which is near-death experiences, they see the light, but they can never tell you what they seen after the light, which usually is like that's your memory getting wiped out. So, and then they
That's
put you
when Will
back
Smith
on Earth.
and Tommy Lee Jones approach you,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Look at this place."
So,
Look right
and
here.
they say that
Will
also.
Smith just slaps the shit out of you. You can't remember anything when you wake up.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's cool if you could separate anything that's like if you just make everything subjective. If you find, because the thing with people, we're so non-adaptive. We are to an extent, but when you have any idea from anything that's separate from basic human life and science as we know it, it's kind of hard to imagine things like that, which would be possible. But a lot of things are conspiracy theories. But if you think about, okay, we're just organisms on a planet surrounded by infinite space, billions and billions of other planets, and possible, like, why wouldn't it's more likely that there is something else out there. The probability is higher than there not being anything.
Oh, for sure. It'd be
And then
ignorant to
imagine
think
whatever
there isn't.
technology and science that we don't know about. There are many different routes. Like imagine like our civilization is, we've only been America for 3 years. 3 people, 300 years. That's not a lot of time compared to like all of life existing. And so how many different, we're like literally at the beginning of this technology and we already have that. It's ridiculous to think about.
It is.
And if you think like, say something was anyone that was here before like the big ice age or whatever, if they were advanced enough, they would leave the planet already and they could return like, hey, remember Earth? Let's go see what's up with Earth again. But you don't want to, like, yeah. It's just not, if you subjectively look at it, like, that could be completely possible. Like, I was just thinking, if we got all wiped out right now, and then thousands of years, like, or like, say 1 million years from now, civilization starts up again. Like, even if Earth was all destroyed, like, Wi-Fi is still around, and those radio frequencies. Our YouTube channel is still on YouTube. Imagine, but 1 million years from now, that civilization, they're like walking through it, you know? And it's there, but they will never know what that is. If somehow they found out of like the chances of them building internet again and connecting to that same frequency, they'll be like, whoa, we just found all this data, like the internet. Imagine just like replugging into the internet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They'll be like, we just found all this technology.
These dumb motherfuckers.
But that's if they go the same route of succession of like science that we did. But
a lot.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be like, it's like finding a new species in the ocean. And we're like, we never thought that existed. Or like, imagine bringing an iPhone to someone 300 years ago. They'd be like,
still a part of the ocean we haven't seen.
which? Ubi. Imagine bringing Ubi back then.
What is that?
The little hand shows there, the eyeballs on like noggin.
yeah.
The upside down show.
So they say that that's them restarting their game board because the souls then, that's why they think that all these, when you hear about all these powers that people have, like Jesus coming back to life and whatnot, and the whole thing, you know, there's some ancients out there that have like the ability to heal and stuff like that. That you hear about, and that's why they say that they flooded it or whatever, because the souls then were too awake, and now souls now are more asleep, and so we're easier. So the more awake we get now just means that that's why they say the second coming is coming or whatever. So because they want to restart their game board.
So what's
but that's why they say that we can't leave. So back then, like he was saying, if they were smart enough, why didn't they leave? Because it is a prison, so they couldn't. So because they made it to where you can't. So since they were too awake, They just had to.
But
or
why
their
is this
souls were too
belief?
awake.
So what is this based off of?
Sounds really like you're being compared to Christianity almost.
Well,
Kinda, but yeah.
yeah. If you take any religion,
It all
it
just sounds
literally is all the same, but
Yeah,
different
I've
different
heard that.
words. Like
way different
your
words, different
your
beliefs.
Allah is literally the same story, just a little bit different. Like playing a game of telephone for thousands of years, but it all tracks back down to the same point, like the Dead Sea Scrolls and stuff. So something happened, but it got translated to everyone
Very
else.
poorly, yeah.
Yeah.
So something did happen.
Right.
But then they say that Buddhism. So
Buddhism.
Buddhism.
Big
I
old
said that. Like
Everyone's walking
Buddha.
around with the butt
Buddha
tap.
actually they think that they try to I don't know the word for I'm trying to look like dismantle that. They try to get us out of the
They
reincarnation
were like Kim
cycle.
Jong-un's uncle.
They don't want people being in the reincarnation cycle. So that's why they say that that's where the whole prison thing comes from. So they try to break from it, is what they say. That's why they go on months meditation, or this one guy meditated for like 2 years, he said. But he, his name was like Jack, and it wasn't his actual name. That's his, yeah, he's not
dead now.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the
But
monks
he-
will meditate in front of decomposing bodies.
Yeah.
Because just so they can get used to like this is what life is, and then that's where they're gonna be.
Well, some
and
of
they
them
got to get used to death.
Some of them say that it actually lets them, when they meditate, they actually speak to the souls. So they go into like this deep state of meditation that they actually cross over and can speak kind of back and forth.
If anyone out there, if you've meditated to the point where it feels hallucinogenic, like that's believable. But if you don't know, like it takes years and years of practice to get down. You can like make yourself go on a DMT trip without taking any drugs. If you like just, it's like dreaming when you were awake.
I know. I remember I had a friend who did that shit, and then one day I think that like it changed him.
It's scary.
Forever.
I
Like,
did it
It scared
one.
the shit out of him, and he was never the same person again.
Yeah.
To where is he? Right. We don't talk to him anymore, but
Yeah.
Oh, is it someone I know?
yeah. It's just weird, dude. Like I remember, like that day, I saw him again, and I was like, "You, what the fuck is
Who was
going
it?
on with you?" And he just was Nate.
Oh, really?
One day, he just was not the same person. I used to sit and play guitar with him all day long. We would play the same music. Teach me guitar, dude.
And he just
I
got
would
into
teach him,
meditating,
and
and
he
then
was
like,
getting into like playing heavy metal guitar with me.
mm.
He played Call of Duty all the time, and then one day, just the script flipped, dude. He was just a weird motherfucker.
Damn.
He's like, "I think I opened my third eye, man. I saw some shit," and I'm like, "All right, we hanging out tonight or what?" And he just, he's just been a fucking
Dang.
guy ever since.
I've meditated a
fucking type
lot.
of
I
guy.
really got into it, and then to the point where one time it was almost like sleep. It's sleep paralysis. I used to lay down and play like binaural beats in my ears and some weird meditative
Yeah.
music. If you can like train yourself, because if I close my eyes and sleep, I'm like, oh, tomorrow and
breathe.
this, and then what I did yesterday, and blah blah blah, and everything. My mind's running crazy. But if you can like just try and grab everything like Spider-Man on the chain and just and try to just make yourself like Patrick does, and you're like, just think about nothing, and he's like, that's how you feel, and you're like, scares yourself.
My brain is not like
It's really weird.
Absolutely
trained
not,
to
dude.
think like about this kind of shit, because I don't mean to make it sound like I'm not interested, but like
Yeah.
I
It's
live
weird.
a life that is so like routine where like I have to get up and go to work. I have to
Yeah.
come home and mow the lawn. I don't have time to sit on
See,
r/
I try to make
fucking-
myself
Makes you
not have time.
depressed.
I hate thinking about it because then you go into this deep rabbit hole and you start to think
because
about
you can
everything.
vividly picture it, and it's
Yeah.
kind of scary. And I'm like, why? I hope that's true, because one, it sounds kind of cool if you don't scare yourself. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, I'm part of a farming thing. Sweet.
Well, they actually did it, and they think that we're the dumbest souls. That's why
Good.
That's why they
Yeah,
basically
we're filming
did it
ourselves right now.
because it's
talking.
easy.
Well, is
yeah,
there anything?
I know.
What can we look into? Like, where did you find this? Because there's like
There's
key
a whole
concepts that is I'm not getting.
there's a whole like subreddit. There's everything on
Well, the
Reddit.
government
It's just
won't talk about it.
yeah, but it's just people putting it out there. It's just a community who thinks that
Yes.
it's just like reptilians farming souls, basically.
Yeah, but I know, but there are sources out there that were kind of credible to base that upon. Even the CIA wrote on the CIA's website is like how to, it wasn't meditate, and how to try remote viewing. Do you know what remote viewing is? Certain psychics can like sit in a room and they can close their eyes and then they can remote view. You know, like what remote viewing is? Like if I can be on my computer and I can control your computer or see your computer. It's like doing that. Like if I close my eyes and like practice remote viewing, I can go to like Isaac's house right now or Gary's house and like watch him jack off, like as if I were there. But like it's like you're remote viewing. Yeah, but I wouldn't.
But I wouldn't.
But with some of these, like, so the teacher that I was talking about, the guy, his name is Dynamo Jack. So you can actually like go in and like look up videos of him. He actually meditated for 12 days. And in that meditation, he was curious about what happens after death. So he was put in a trance where he followed a soul of an individual who recently died. And then he told people about what he saw, and it was that he explained that the individual was pulled into outer reaches of the atmosphere and was led into a false reality of a sort, a white light. While in the light, the soul experienced a false reality of different pleasures, eating food, sex, etc. And then no more than 40 days was returned to the planet. And then, but this guy, you can go on YouTube and watch his videos, like watch videos of him. At one point, he was actually this person that was vlogging whatever or doing research, reached out to him, and he actually let people videotape because he was a healer. The Jack was a healer of sorts. And these people wanted to show his basically he wanted to show his powers where electricity came out of his body, and this woman didn't believe him, so he said, "Stick your finger in my belly button."
Sounds like he was just
but as soon as she got near his belly button, her whole finger was shocked and filled with electricity. And then he showed a video, and it's literally all over the internet. You can look at it, search it up, whatever, and watch it, of him putting his hand on newspaper and setting it on fire with just his hand. But he stopped after that. He didn't want to be video recorded, whatever, for a couple years. Then he reached out to this guy, told him to come and video record him and whatever, make a whole thing about it. Well, in one instance, they went out to eat or something, and he was like showing them his ability, and he snapped a chopstick in half or something, and one of the wood pieces hit a guy right in the middle of the forehead, and like he was bleeding. Next few days, 2 days later, he said that an angry spirit confronted him and told him that you broke the rules of showing your powers, showing off in public, and then bringing blood. So then he said no more. So like the documentary was like never really released, but there are still videos of him. But he was the one that meditated and like saw.
How many subscribers has got? I'm interested.
Not more than us.
Yeah. This guy got stabbed in the fucking face with a fork at a dive bar, and he's got 8 subscribers.
Prison Planet, give me your prison wallet.
Oh, damn.
It was just cool. But he's like one of the ones that you can like search up because he shows like his abilities or whatever, or his powers.
There's a lot of theories out there.
A lot. Like the blue beam.
Now, some of them, like that, like the weapon, the government satellite weapon.
Yeah.
Some of those, dude, are...
That's crazy.
I don't know. I'm just saying there's some technology that we have that, like the same with the fighter jet that people were seeing in the 90s, and then they were like, was it the Blackbird? And people were like, holy shit, there's aliens are here. And then the government years later was like, we made this airplane, the stealth fighter.
Yeah.
People were seeing the stealth fighter, which was like this crazy fucking thing that no one's ever seen before. And then years later, the government was like, yeah, we made that. That was our stealth bomber.
You guys ever heard of Mothman?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a big thing. They got his statue and everything.
It's in Virginia. I think it's Virginia.
I saw a video about that. Like every time like they like a camera catches something that looks to be like Mothman from a distance. The next day, something bad happens in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched episode about that on this TV show. I think it was Expedition X. Some cryptid or whatever. This is believed to be a same thing like how people say COVID was made in a lab. Like they were experimenting with DNA. Like right now they actually have DNA from woolly mammoths that are completely extinct now. They have the DNA to like create them in a lab and like bring them back, basically. I remember years ago there was a fucking rumor going around that they have just like in Jurassic Park, they had dinosaur DNA in some sap or whatever. And there were these fake videos going around that were really realistic looking of them. Like they're like, yeah, we've been working on raising dinosaurs and bringing them back. I was like, dude, Jurassic Park's happening. That wasn't true though. But they did have like DNA, and you could technically like create some sort of old extinct, like with the woolly mammoth. They're bringing.
Yeah.
They could like raise them.
That'd be crazy. You see a
Bring
big
them
old
back.
mammoth coming. It's just stomping around.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the new Netflix movie, Leave the World Behind?
No,
No.
what's that
You
about?
have to watch it.
What's that
It's
about?
like a scary fucking like. Well, the whole. I mean, it would ruin it, right? But
Yeah.
What's it
it's
about?
Just
though?
psychological. It's like the whole world just shutting down and telecommunication go out. We can't like right now. We just can't talk to anyone from the outside world. Like I couldn't call Hannah. I wouldn't know where she's at unless you like could try to get.
Be like
her.
Y2K, but if it
Yeah,
happened.
but no, it was if like because we're like I don't even feel comfortable talking about it.
Why?
It fucked me up. I
Like
literally
it
couldn't
could
sleep.
happen.
It could happen.
Like
And
the
it was-
EMP.
It's
We're all relying
It's
on-
an EMP from another country attacking America. It was a what if, and it became
Wasn't
like, number one on Netflix. I'm like, why would you fucking make a movie about that?
Wasn't that what
Just-
5G was originally for?
I don't know. I just heard that was like they have a dial. They turn it up and bake our insides. Like, calm down.
Yeah, dude. Well,
Sure, they could do that with just nukes if they wanted to. They don't need to fucking create
Yeah.
powers to do that. They have the bombs. But
yeah.
no, dude. Like, if you remember the.
That's why people.
Here we go, episode 11. Have you guys played Call of Duty Ghosts campaign?
Hi, Gary. No.
You've never played?
And Ghost was like the
No.
least played one I haven't played.
The whole campaign is actually like super underrated. It's about like if it's kind of like the MW2 one where it's like, oh, the general for the U.S. military ends up being a bad guy because he does some arms deals.
Yeah.
No, it was much bigger than that. This dude like worked with Russia and like faked a bombing. It was really him. He like literally bombed the United States. He like nuked all of the USA on like his own people, and then people were like protecting him. Like we need to get to blah blah blah. We need to go to space. We need to get out of here. But it was really. Then they find out it was him. He's been working with the people all along, like a Russian spy. And it's
Could probably
it's
be.
just scary because the beginning of the game starts out. It's just you like hanging out with your. Like you're in the military, but you're on like leave, and you're hanging out with your dad, who's like an ex-ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Used to do like special ops shit in the '90s, and it's like 2030 or whatever. And then all of a sudden you look up, and there's just a big bright flash, and a nuke goes off.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Jeez.
So
Yeah.
it's scary, and you have to like run and hide and get into a bunker and shit. And then when you come out, it's just trying to take down, invading country.
Have you heard now? Like they're trying to make it illegal because people are building bunkers in the ground, and they're trying to make it illegal because you don't own that property. You own
surface level?
your surface level property, so they're like trying to make it illegal that you can't dig down. It's just fucking stupid because that's what I don't understand. Like to a certain depth, maybe. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It's wild, but I recommend watching that movie because it won't make you any
Leave
smarter.
Earth behind.
It's like, no, leave the world behind.
Leave the world behind.
It shows that, like, even at one point when they do decide to try to leave with a little bit of fuel that they do have in the car, they, like, pull up to, like, this bridge and they realize, like, I just caught it immediately. I'm like, no. It was all white Teslas. And they all had dealer
Oh, it's that movie?
Yeah, they all had plates and shit like that and the stickers in the window. And they're all, like, crashed and shit. And I'm thinking, yo, whoever, like, is invading must have like turned on autopilot and sent it all to one location at full speed. So then they were like thinking, and she like looked around, and like the kids were outside the car, like kind of looking around. They're like, "Get in the car!" And then you look down the road, and another Tesla from the dealership, so like driving towards them.
Oh my god!
They had to like do a
Holy
U-E, and
crap.
it just smashes into it. Like it's just a huge pileup.
I've seen clips from that where it's just a bunch of Teslas all wrecked.
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
nice.
It's that the whole point was they were trying
Elon
to.
Musk is a terrorist.
They took Teslas and all smart cars that have that shit, and they were like my guess because they only showed that one scene was
Everyone
they
go
were
to this
putting-
location.
They were putting certain amount of dealerships going. This one goes here. This one go here to block off main on ramps. So people
yeah.
are stuck in where they're at. It's kind of fucked.
What underrated movie was The Happening? Have you ever seen that?
That sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
With Mark Wahlberg. And I forgot the actor's name, but his
Blake
Sid
Wahlberg.
the Sid the Sloth. I forgot his name. He's a famous actor, but that guy who plays Sid the Sloth, isn't it? It was just about like you know how plants have defense mechanisms and they can release a chemical for like
Sure.
so bugs will leave them alone or whatever.
Bugs will fuck off.
So they just decided that like humans were destroying the earth, so all the plants let out this like chemical into the air or some like defense mechanism, and everyone just started killing themselves. That movie freaked me out. It's underrated though.
Oh, are you like Bird Box?
Yeah, that was
good as fuck.
that was a good one.
A lot of them out
What
there.
about John Krasinski's Quiet Place?
Oh, I loved that.
Isn't that same
Yo,
woman
that was
actress
so
in
good.
Bird Box?
What's that?
That woman actress. That's his real wife. I
Yeah,
think,
Emily
right?
Blunt. That's his real wife.
And she was in the Bird Box, wasn't she? Or is that a different actress?
No, that was not Jennifer. That was Sandra Bullock.
Oh, okay.
Sandra's good.
Yes, she is.
Sandra's
Sandra.
good. Oh, and so is the one who's in the new movie I was just telling you guys about. The
Leave the planet behind.
Leave the World Behind.
I said, leave the earth behind. Leave the planet behind. You've corrected me 3 times.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
Fuck
ridiculous.
good. You just love you know
know who I don't
planetary
like?
shit.
I don't like her. I don't know. It's a little. It might be controversial.
Hot take, dude. Who do you not
Hot
like?
take. I don't like Jodie Foster.
Little Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
I can't even
dude.
picture her. I don't even know who that
She was
is.
in Jurassic Park 3.
I've never seen Jurassic Park.
She was in.
I think that's a hot take. I think Jurassic Park movies are fucking gay as fuck.
Really?
Those are so
Jurassic
gay.
Park 3 was.
Never
really,
watched
was
them
my
because I
favorite
think
one.
they're so gay. I've never wanted to watch them.
That's
That's such a
Seriously?
shitty thing to say, but like,
Why?
Jurassic Park 3 is
They're
good
so
as fuck.
good.
Watch
I don't know.
3. This is my favorite one.
I've seen parts of it, and every time it's just like, don't.
It's
like, it's-
fucking
I don't-
intense, dude.
Fucking. Fuck it. Tomato, tomato.
You
bro.
have
Tomato.
Jeff Goldblum in number.
Jeff Goldblum
yeah.
is fucking. He's good though.
Jeff
I liked him in
Goldblum.
Thor Ragnarok.
I never watched the Thor movies. He was in Thor.
Yeah, he played the villain.
Oh really?
Or if you you get sent to prison. and
We're
his-
running
on
out
his
of
galaxy.
names. Chris Pratt. What's he doing?
Crisp Rat.
Guardian. He was. Let's do Jurassic Park and Guardians of the Galaxy. See, Chris Pratt was in. I'm surprised you haven't watched the new Jurassic Park with Chris Pratt.
I saw that he was in those, and I love Chris Pratt, and I still wouldn't watch it. I don't care about dinosaurs. if you are fascinated by dinosaurs, I just think you're a child.
You're a little fucking chromosome.
Yeah,
away.
no, I just think it's a little bit like I think of it like, dude, anybody
What about
at any age can
archaeologists?
enjoy anything. I'm not putting an age limit on things. I'm not gatekeeping.
You
but
just
if,
did.
like I.
But if
I
you like
am.
I'm
trains
gatekeeping
or
fucking
dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park.
Trains, Legos, dinosaurs, like yeah, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Different
fuck your
friend group.
dinosaurs.
City builders stuff.
What about-
that's cool? But like if I see somebody playing a city builder,
Lego
I'll watch,
dinosaurs.
but I will not play.
So if I
think that
build
shit's
fucking
boring
Legos,
as
you're gonna
fuck.
say I'm a child?
No.
I fucking
think
love
it's, I think it's
Legos.
targeted
Like
for children.
Winkalongs.
I'm not gonna judge you for doing it. I just think that I wouldn't do it.
I love
Getting at it. So people are
Legos.
like, why wouldn't you watch Jurassic Park? I'm like, because they're dinosaurs. Those are for kids.
Yeah, until you see a dinosaur in real life.
Yeah,
You're
and
like,
you're
you
like,
won't,
holy
though,
shit.
so that's funny. You're like, well, actually, the laboratory.
isn't that
Dexter-
funny? The stigma to that is dinosaur. These beasts that he's roam the earth are for children. Isn't that weird? Why is that
I don't know.
associated with children?
It's because they love
toys
them.
and stuff.
Yeah,
And they love
just,
them,
like,
yeah.
gravitate towards them naturally. You
It's
don't
like
have to say anything.
these monsters are for children.
I'm not like pushing like the gender thing. You know, like
That's
the
a boy.
Yeah, like the blue and pink scenario. But no, that is very
Blue
like
dinosaur.
trains. Tonka trucks. Oh, I want to dig dirt, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean?
Construction equipment's for children.
Yeah. It's fucking
Bob
backhoes
the Builder.
We have a friend. We have a friend, Haley, and she fucking. If you're watching this, you suck at comebacks, dude. She sucks at shit talking on COD. It's all she loves shit talking on COD. There's a lot of sexism.
Hi, Gary.
There's a lot of sexism on Call of Duty.
Of course.
So as soon as she opens her mouth, go make me a sandwich, bitch. And she's like, wow, because of the stereotypical, stereotypical slurs for women. She's like, well, okay, well, it's all guys saying that, so I'll just say guy stuff. She's like, why don't you change my oil? Why don't you build me a house? I'm like, that's not insulting anybody. Yeah. Why don't you build me a house?
If you put out, they might, so stop.
The only thing, I was like, Ailey, the point of they're discriminating women by saying your job is to do something as easy as clean the dishes and make a sandwich. Why don't you be a construction worker and build me a house? Like, be a blue collar man.
Yeah,
it's just funny.
Last time I talked to her, she was like, "Oh, Ice 9 Kills, my favorite," and I was like, "Mid." And she was
you talked to her?
Bummer. And I'm like, "No, I'm not trying to shit on your day, but I think they're kind of fucking weird."
Yeah, I listened to them a lot.
If you have a gimmick.
Oh, you're talking about when she was talking about having a photo shoot with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they have a Chucky? Don't they only do movie stuff?
That's what they do. That's cool, though.
Some of them do, but I love their merch. But I don't. I like one or two of their songs, but literally their merch is next level.
Isn't that crazy? They're with Metallica.
Well, they were only a couple nights. We just happened to be in Detroit.
Yeah.
It was really cool, but they I don't know, I value all art, but I just kind of was like cringe. I'm like trying not to cringe because they have a whole stage act while they're doing it. Like the vocalist is like screaming and he's like pretending to hatch it. They have people that just walk around on the stage and they're like zombies and shit. They just like pretend to hack them up while they're jamming. And then like one of them was like, where they put like this padding down, and then like the guitar player did like a heel kick and like kicked one in. It looks cool, but I'm like, just play the fucking music.
Dinosaur.
Just play your. I want to hear your music. I don't want to see like this choreography, but. It's just not for me. Mm-hmm. By all means, do it because it's for someone.
Oh yeah,
I'm just not the target audience.
I mean,
I'm like doing this. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna throw up.
It'd be cool for a music video. Like you're fighting all zombies while jamming a song.
But they bring it to every show that they do. They have a whole
the
thing.
fucking act. I wonder how much of those actors get paid.
I wonder.
They're just getting kicked every night.
It was kind of. It was cool. I thought it was
or like a theme for like one Halloween show or something would be cool.
Yeah, it's just too theatrical for a fucking November.
But I mean, that's what brings people in, I guess. Just like Ghost and Sleep Token.
Yeah, and fucking ICP.
I don't get it.
There's a gimmick. There's a thing. There's an entry. Like, oh, that I can identify. You'll know me as a fan because we have a like a fan base, like a group. Nothing wrong with it. Just a bit weird. It's just because it's the musician in me. I don't subscribe to the fan side of things. I'm just so like, I listen to music differently because I also write it.
Yeah. But then there's a majority of people. But then that's where you can say like a hot take would be selling out.
Yeah.
Like they've been doing music for 10 years, and then just in a good example would be Oliver Tree. He's been doing music all he was normal. You know who Oliver Tree is?
The kid with the orange beard.
Yeah, well, no, not Oliver Anthony.
No.
Oh.
He's got really his music's popular. If I played something for you,
you're talking about the one with the bowl cut.
Please don't let me down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has a weird bowl cut. He wears these fucking weird glasses, just like Filthy Frank.
He wears like the Taco Bell jackets.
Oh, okay.
Puffy.
You
I've
might
seen that.
You'll know who he is, but he's like, I'm so sick and tired. He's like, I've been trying to. He writes serious music. He's been trying to be serious. I've been doing it for 10 years, putting my all into music, and that has gotten me nowhere. So I was like, fuck it. And then he just started being an asshole and have this really weird, dresses really weird. His music videos are weird. His music's weird. That's when he gets noticed, and he's like, that fucking pisses me off.
Dude, there has to be a selling point. I wish we could unlock something where we could find something that we do that is unique, whether it be music or for this podcast. But I just found a YouTuber. I say found. Dude has it annoys me. 1.99 million. He's so close. But like, he does like, he'll talk.
What's his name? Go subscribe. Get him to
Nakey Jakey. Have you ever heard of Nakey Jakey?
Nope.
He does like games, movies. He'll just be like, today we're gonna talk about shitty user interfaces. Hulu, what's the problem with this? Why do I have to watch? Like, you know how on Netflix, like when it goes right when a credit starts rolling, it'll show like 3 seconds of it, and then it'll keep playing, but it'll overlay like, did you like this? Here's some suggestions. Hulu, this was like a 2018 video he had. Hulu would like, you would have to like once it's over, you'd have to grab your controller and back out. If you didn't, it would just you would watch the entire credits. He's like, you're gonna find out who fucking made this, and it's so funny. But no, he does shit like that.
Fine though.
What's that?
Isn't that fine? You have to give credit to the people.
Yeah. It's just funny. People like to get going. You know, like, well, I gotta go. It's the black screen with like, names all over it.
Yeah.
And you know, but I forget my point of bringing him up.
Something unique.
Oh, he sits in front of a green screen and he just sits on an exercise ball. He bounces up and down and talks about shit and like dances while he does it. It's super funny, and there was a time where he didn't and then tried it out and then stopped, and people in the comment section were like, no, bring that back. We like that. That's funny. And now he exclusively does it since like 2018 and up.
Sits on a ball.
And he's been active since 2014. So yeah, now he just sits on an exercise ball and he just talks. You'll just see him sitting on it, bouncing on it while he talks. And it's just, that's his thing. So like, yeah, you're saying like dressing funny got this guy to be noticed.
Yeah, and
like
starting to be goofy and like
controversial. It's an act. It's a fate. It's a different person. If you're just being you, if you're being like unapologetically you don't. You either like get known as the sad boy like Post Malone. That's just him being him and his feels.
Yeah,
those are lucky people. And there's people who are like, no, I've been trying to do the same shit, motherfucker. What am I doing wrong? Just gotta wear a Taco Bell jacket.
Yeah, and be weird and be an asshole online.
It's just because there's this guy, and I think his name is Skits Craven. One of my favorite. I don't know why I like him, but I guess I do because he's different. Because he gets gory with his music. He creates music and he like raps, but his music videos are also really gory. But he's just like, he doesn't care. Like he talks.
Gore?
Yeah,
like
it's
gore
like
kid.
Gore.
Metal gore.
Yeah, but he's just like really gory and he
gore.
doesn't care. You know, he just talks about all this crazy stuff. Like I think in his newest video, he's like dressed like a teacher and he's got like a girl wig and a dress and he's got like makeup smeared all over his face. And
but he has
he's so extreme, but it's like different. But everybody
kind of like
likes
Eminem
it.
did. He's running around in a Robin costume and he's like, guess who's back. And his music videos are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit's gotta be wild. I mean, you gotta have.
I like
something.
that. Or you can just put everyone in the middle of the woods and film a music video.
Yeah.
That's never been done before. But it's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But people are like, oh, and then that video is not gonna. But if you see some crazy shit that's very original, then that sticks with you.
I just think regular shit doesn't work. I think the only reason why things that look like they work, I almost wonder if they have something that they leaned on from already being successful. Like, I don't think the Dickie Dines podcast would be successful by itself. I think
the only
reason why
leaning on Jared.
I think it's leaning on Jared's 3 million subscribers. You know, I think if they just started from scratch as no ones like us, I don't think it would have went anywhere. I mean, overall this time they started it in 2017 probably. Doing like the cooking in the kitchen and shit. That's funny.
No, that's
like actual,
mine.
Like
not
skits.
Taking away from Jared, but the only reason Austin like was the one that grabbed my attention, and I like his. And it's funny because I always reference a video they did when he was making food, and he was trying to like make like a Pop-Tart ice cream sandwich, or whatever, and he couldn't get the spoon in the jar, and he's like, "Don't worry, we'll make it fit, Jessica." I always reference that, and then on that last episode, he was like. That's his go-to name. He's like, listen, Jessica.
Oh, yeah.
That's his go-to.
I always feel bad when sometimes Jared's just like not there for the joke. It's either Jared's dying or sometimes Jared like doesn't hear it and then Austin's kind of just like like plays it off like he didn't just like go all out for Jared. Jared just was like, but yeah. I don't know.
I see what you mean, though. The only thing is like just it's kind of hard because...
That's what she said.
It's kind of hard because Blue Chew... We're sponsored by Blue Chew.
It's kind of hard because Blue Chew. Bless you. Blue Chew.
You just gotta get it. It's so weird. You're making long form content. You gotta make short form content to promote your long form content, and then try and get around this algorithm. Like I had this thing where.
Should we only do a podcast or should we start doing like...
That's why I wanted to
10,
do
15-minute videos of us just doing something funny.
Yeah.
We're not throwing food in my kitchen, but like...
No, that's what I wanted to do too. So that's why I have this playlist of podcasts. And then Lyrical After is a brand. We could do Lyrical After Gaming. little lyrical.
Instead of putting podcast in the name, we kind of opened ourselves up to be able to do.
Yeah, that's
I was
why
thinking about
I
doing
purposely did that.
We should do like an hour, like an hour to 2 hour long like let's play.
Yeah, I like that. The gaming,
like when the furniture's all down here.
I like
and shit,
maybe
we have, like
like
the camera aimed at us. We can like play something, and I'll just capture the whatever we're playing on.
Oh yeah, true.
And then just put that like in the.
That'd
I'll
be
put
cool.
us in the corner, and then put the game as the full screen, and we'll just bullshit and talk.
I think it'll be really cool if you have a PlayStation. We can play like Until Dawn type story games.
Yeah, or
Dude.
like Xbox has that. What's that one? The exclusive, third party exclusive. It's like Until Dawn.
Yeah,
but
I like
even further where you like don't move the motherfucker.
It's just
Like it's
pick your own
just
adventure.
slideshows. It's you literally could just have the controller down and be like, you'll see like slideshows of stuff coming up, and you'll be like,
I like that.
You know, shit like that.
Or
We can, like,
imagine,
what do you think we should do? Like live stream it, and then all 12 people can comment.
yeah.
Be like, yo, press Y. I'm like,
That's what I was saying. You gotta like bring in. It's so weird because with the algorithm, I was making really funny gaming clips, and people loved them. Like it would get to 800 and then stop. I will not get one more view on that video. So after that, it goes. TikTok specifically goes. We noticed your rates going down. Blah blah. Try promoting. And it always said that right at around 800 views. So I was like, fuck it. So I threw $20 at promoting this video for 2 days, and it went up to 5,000 views. And then as soon as the promotion period ended,
you think they like without saying it out loud, they're like privating the video?
Oh yeah, they're definitely shadow banning any content that doesn't immediately go viral from sharing, but it takes it out of the algorithm.
Who does that?
TikTok specifically.
I was gonna say because.
Now they're promoting
my YouTube
people
short that I made a couple months ago still gets some decent views.
Yeah,
Kyler made one too from like a modded VR.
because it can be shared.
He got like 2,500 views.
Yeah,
I got like 400 on like a I was playing something on my PlayStation. I uploaded. I thought it was a funny video.
Yeah. So but that's the thing. If it's funny, people are like, holy shit, they'll share it. You'll get the views. And then like Mr. Beast said, like if you're just making shitty content. Mr. Beast, dude, he is the master. But
I think we're there.
I think it'd be cool.
Wrap it up here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to like do different content too.
Yeah,
do like challenges. Do it like a Jackbox game party night.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's just this New Year's just been such a slow start.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing bad has happened. Knock on wood. Things are fine. I'm just kind of just recouping. We did a lot of partying. You know, Halloween, fucking Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve. New Year's Day, and it's just like fuck.
Yeah.
So, New Year.
I was thinking
some content. That'd be fun.
I think that'd be cool. Or do our skits like we used to.
Dude, yeah, whatever we want to do. Yeah.
A vlog, whatever. Get back into it. Music videos. Like
Yeah.
goofy, like separate from a band. Do like a fun whatever. And you're like, oh, you want to write a song but not write an album or single it with All We Fear. Just put it on there.
But if
we could make music content too.
Could make.
We could make it.
And if we want, we will. But if we don't, we won't.
We won't do it. And then we can
Why
do.
are you looking at me?
And if you want, like it could be when we do it, upload it to the YouTube, and then but we couldn't. If we didn't want to, we couldn't do that.
But you don't.
But we will.
But if we do though. We fucking will, dude. No, actually, though, we would need like lapel mics.
Yeah,
that can.
Go
and record.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah,
thinking about that. That'd be cool.
On little lapel mics. Bill got one, and it's pretty cool.
Good audio, good quality. This is time for Silly Songs with Larry, where Larry comes out and sings a silly song. Are you guys good? It was the Mothman.
Because we're at like an hour and 30 right now, but like the first 7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're fucked up, so we're at like an hour and 20 right now.
We can close it. Thanks everybody for watching this episode. Thanks Nicole for joining us. Very much appreciate that. Thanks Andrew for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh.
And if anybody upstairs joined us,
oh yeah,
get out while you've got time.
You hear that? Cue the outro.
Cue the outro.